Close the doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media is our repertoire. Fed up with the same news, no channel to use. Cruise control mentalities. Here we offer you. We gon' show you on your way. The content it never stays. We're positive and uplifting. Once a week the scope gifted. The zero for fake. Hydration like Boucher. Don't focus on a date. We always here for you. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, don't make them yours. What we want is the limit, not your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, don't make them yours. What we want is the limit, not your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. You go on the winner with no award toys. This culture meets the art, podcast with the heart. Essence of the growth, the powers in the people. Without you we ain't equal, what we lack is ego. We're bad now, so here we gon' run the show like Arsenio. Episodic, our rituals, minds change to visual. Representation of our nation and its differences. Some explanation of our uniqueness and innocence. Mass media's intention is to desensitize. We raise the wise and knowledge is power. Without it, return coward and proud of a known product. Like we could take it with.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the livest media, tech, and pop culture party in the land. And by the way, this is the last week of MediaScope for 2024. Now, you hear I said last week because we have one today, but we've also got one on Friday. Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Kwanzaa, Christmas Kwanzaa. That's my gift to you. If you're looking for some gift cards, it's not happening. But I still love you. Anyway, welcome, everybody. Once again, this is MediaScope, all things media, tech, and pop culture. We're here every week around the same time, 6 p.m.-ish. Usually when I have a guest, I'm a little more on time than when I don't have a guest. Something seems to always happen every week. But in any case, this week we had nothing happen, so we are just about right on time. You can find us. Let's say hello to everybody. If you're watching on YouTube or will be watching on the replay for YouTube, welcome. Those of you on Instagram, hello. I'll get to you in just a moment. If you're watching on Facebook, Bookface, what it do? How are you? We've also got some people that usually join us on Twitch. Twitchers, how are you? I don't know what you're called in real life. Somebody tell me, but people watching on Twitch or Twitchers, welcome in. Also, if you happen to be watching on LinkedIn, I welcome you. And tomorrow, we also have a contingency that joins us in Nassau, Bahamas, and the rest of the Caribbean. I had someone last week from Barbados who listens, and that's Gospel 107.1 FM, once again, in Nassau, Bahamas, and the rest of the Caribbean. And I wish you a multitude of blessings. And so let's take a couple of comments. By the way, we have a guest today. I'm sure you saw from the flyer that we are blessed with a guest. That rhymed. I'm brilliant. Anyway, we are blessed with a guest, but you know what I forgot to do? I'm Tachi. What's up? Media professor, filmmaker, media content producer, also a journalist. And I'm here every week, as I said. And by the way, YouTube people, if you happen to be watching and you're a lurker, I don't mind you not saying anything, but I would love it if you would subscribe to the channel and like the video. It really does help us a lot. And we have people watching both on my personal YouTube and the Indie Soup Media YouTube, and we'll play a little promo for that in just a moment. But let's say hello to some people first. Love James Maxwell, how are you? Welcome. Creed's Classy Bling. What's up, Creed T? Love is here. Also, Jensen, hey, how are you, Jensen? Don Monroe, the actor extraordinaire, is here. Welcome. And I am Anna Turner, as Y Terry 8 and Althea 37 have joined. I am saying hello to all of you. Wow. Can we believe that 2024 is coming to a close? I think we need it to come to a close because I've had just about enough. But I'm glad for 2025. Hello, Y Terry. Now let's check on some of the other things and see who we have here. D. Carpio is here. Ed says hello. Ed says, I'm sure going to try. You know I love your shows. I may have to watch the replay. Okay, so she put this in before, so hopefully she comes here live. We've also got Dr. Tarla Toomer. Hello, good evening to you. Dr. Toomer, I think we go all the way back to the Periscope days, so I'm happy to see you here. She's also a South Floridian, so welcome in. And we always get people that join. They're not used to me joining on time. That's what the hell it is, but it's okay. They'll all file in, and look who else is here on the Tubing of the U. Alicia Mays, my dear, welcome in. Well, we have, yes, we do. Yes. So we have a guest today, and I'm really excited about this guest. You know, I said to myself, we probably need to get a little more organized in 2025. I mean, I'm already fairly organized, but not this level of organization. And I think we could all use that. On top of being a professional organizer and an organizing expert, she owns something called the Planner Aisle, which is absolutely amazing. And we'll talk about that. And she also is a content creator. She is a YouTuber and creates content. That's actually how I found her. I was mesmerized by what she did, and I will show a little bit of what she did a little bit later. Let me make sure that I got. Hey, Bryson, what's up? And Arne Cooper, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is good to see you. All right. Let's do this. We are going to go ahead and Deidre, the artist, welcome. How are you? And I'll get the rest of you as we do this. As usual, folks, you know, if you have a question, please speak up. We are happy to answer. Our guests will be happy to answer any question. And so we're going to go ahead and let our guest come on. You'll see her name on the slide. Welcome our guest. Hello, my dear. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm fantastic since you're here. It is so great. I love having guests on the show because I don't feel that people need to hear from me all the time. This show has been going for 9 years at this point. We're going into our 10th year. The more they can hear from other people, the more interesting, I'm sure.
That's awesome. That's amazing. You have the best intro, by the way. So just going to throw that out.
Thank you. And it's going to change because I'm getting some help in the new year. So it's
nice.
Yeah. Listen, yes, folks, we have some more interns that'll be coming on. I usually have interns, but I'm at a dearth right now. But in January, I've got some interns coming on. So you're going to see some bells and whistles that I don't have time to do. Well, her name is Kel Naylor. I did not mention, but I'm sure you saw from the intro. But let's go ahead and not only welcome her, but will you do us the honor of telling us a little bit about yourself, Kel?
Sure. Again, my name's Kel. I do own the Planner Aisle. It is a fairly new sort of business of mine. I actually started formally, I guess, in 2023, but I've been part of the functional sort of planning world for a while now. In terms of like background, well, there's kind of two sides. So my professional background is in kinesiology and sports management. My master's is in sports management. I'm sure there's plenty of millennials here that can understand I'm not doing anything related to my major at all. That seems to be kind of common. But my professional background is a little more varied. I've worked in entertainment, banking, and finance. I worked in Hollywood for a little bit. I worked at a nonprofit, an entertainment nonprofit. And so I've been fortunate enough to work in a lot of different industries. But the one thing that was sort of similar with all the places that I've worked is the love of planning and organization and building planning systems and routines for not only my teams, but for departments and things to make the companies function better. That's what I enjoy doing. That's really where kind of my skill set landed. But I realized that I wasn't getting as much satisfaction from that. And a lot of the help that I was providing was outside of work. And when I went into people managing, I managed interns, then people, and then teams. I really dug down into what the Planner Owl is really about, which is practical planning and functional organizational tools and resources, really an educational space to learn how to sort of improve your life, improve sort of your day-to-day processes through organization and functional planning tools. And so I started kind of digging into that and doing research, and I just fell further in love with it, and people were asking me questions, and it went into where I was getting multiple emails, a day, and a lot of questions from my colleagues that I worked with, from my team, and it just kind of blossomed. And somebody asked me, "Why don't you have a YouTube channel?" And I was like, "Well, I don't, I'm sure there's plenty of people that, they would rather watch, than me." But I realized that on YouTube, there's a lot of great content creators in the planner community. But one thing that I really was looking for was detailed videos, not just showing the what, but really the how of planning an organization, the why, a space to answer questions. And so I wanted to do that. So my very first video, I was just showing my planner and what it looked like, and here's what it is. And then people started asking me questions, and I found that I really was able to provide value. And that's something that with the jobs that I had didn't necessarily happen. I didn't leave, work saying, "Oh, I feel more accomplished and I'm ready for work in the morning." That wasn't really happening. So that's kind of how the Planner Owl was born, and that's it's been blossoming ever since.
Interesting. I love the Planner Aisle, the name. That title is really fitting. I don't think I've ever heard anything quite like that before, so it caught my attention right away. In addition to your wonderful videos, but before this, let's go back to what you were talking about. You worked in Hollywood for a little while. What did you do?
I did. So I worked in a lot of different places. Like I kind of like freelanced. So I was like a PA for a while. I was an assistant to an entertainment banker. I worked on set for like Netflix, KT Productions, some different like kind of one-off projects like Moana, the Gilmore Girls reunion, those types of things. I was a room producer on a couple of shows, but it was always like freelance work. Very interesting, learned a lot. But no, it was exciting. But yeah.
Wow. So what was that like being you were a PA? What was that like, and how did you get there? Because again, sports management, or was this before your master's? I'm taking it.
This was after my master's, actually.
Okay.
So I had already, yes. So I got my master's in sports management, but at the time I was also working full time. I was working for the orchestra and the opera. So I was already in kind of music and entertainment, and a different, sector, clearly. But that's what I was doing. I have family that lives out in LA that works in the entertainment industry. And there was an opportunity for me to go out there and kind of, get my foot in the door and things. And I just went out there and gave it a shot, and I did that for the first year, and then I went into entertainment banking, which is where the majority of my time in LA was spent. So still entertainment, but kind of a different side of entertainment, a lot of the behind the scenes, the finance related, the contractual things, all the non-fun stuff, so to speak.
Yes, the behind the scenes stuff, but the stuff that makes productions work. So
exactly.
Absolutely. You've got a comment here. Tanya Lovelace says, "Hey, Kel."
Hey, Tanya. Yes. She's definitely always leaves the best comments. A member of the Planner Owl subscribe, so it's good to see you.
Yes, and welcome to the fold. Thank you for coming, and you are now a part of the MediaScope Massive, as I like to call the audience. So thank you so much for being here. All right, so you have such a wide and varied background, and so I'm wondering what finally kind of brought you to planning. It was because you said you always to some extent had that, but what made you think that this could actually work as a business?
Yeah, well, there's really two things. One, it's what I enjoyed and what I found relaxing for me. It's what I found to be calming for me at the end of the day. And it's what made my life easier. As I said, when I was in grad school, I was working full time. I had a lot of things going on. I wasn't sure where I wanted to live, and it was so difficult trying to manage a bunch of different tasks and things, and I needed to find a way to make it easier for me, and so it's just something that I just always did, but I really decided to pursue it more when people started reaching out to me and asking me questions about it, asking me if I can help them with their budget, asking me, if I can explain, my planning system because they're looking to do something similar. Asking, about like fitness trackers and things to help them and their family, and whatever the goals that they, kind of set for themselves are. I started getting a lot of questions on that as I started kind of producing more, I guess, personal content for myself, but I would kind of share it with people at work and things, and it just kind of grew organically. And I saw that, hey, there is a need for this. There are people out here that could truly benefit from having a better organized routine, and a better understanding of how to organize their day so they can meet their goals easier, so they can become more efficient, so they can meet whatever budget or savings or health or wellness goals that they have. And so at first I was like, okay, well, I'll just start small, just kind of be a hobby, maybe have a group of people that, could benefit. And then I made my first video. I made my first video, and the response was huge. It was huge. And that's what opened my eyes to say, okay, this is something that people care about. And it's something that people want to see. And they want to know more about it. And that's always been my goal. It's always what I enjoy doing. So having something that I enjoy doing and something that brings actual value is just like the stars are aligning for me. And that's how it happened.
Wonderful. And this is the interesting thing. First of all, before we keep going, folks, if you're just joining us, welcome into the fold. This is MediaScope, all things media, tech, and pop culture. And this woman over here, I hope I'm pointing the right way up here. Yeah, I am. This is Kel Naylor. She is the head of the planner aisle, and she is a professional and organizing expert, but she's also a content creator. And I happen to see one of her videos. This is the wonderful thing about YouTube, that the algorithm will push things in front of you. And I saw that. I said, oh, well, we must have her on the show. So I reached out, and she so graciously said yes. And one of the reasons is because I need us to get our best lives in 2025. And part of what's happening is that some of us are not so organized. And that's what the thing is. So once again, if you all have any questions or comments, please make them. I know you will. Let me say hello to Deidre Artist once again. Dorian C. Bernard, welcome. Also, Just Kai, one Just Kai. Hey, Michelangelo, welcome in. And Eyes on Me LLC, also from our neighbor to the north in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Frequency Event Promotion says greetings to you. Also, Dorian Bernard C. Bernard says this: I'm thinking about a YouTube channel, but how do you monetize it? And is it worth the time? Because I'm being asked to tell my stories. And this question is for both of us. Do you have some insight for him?
Yeah, no, that's a really great question, because it's one that I considered as well, being a fairly new YouTube channel. I would say, in terms of, is it worth it? That's going to be personal, right, for you. I mean, I would say if you have a story that needs to be told, that you really are passionate about and that you want to tell, and you think people, or not even if you think people will want to hear it, if you have a passion to do that, then 100%. But I will say, because you mentioned monetization, It doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes it can happen very quickly, and sometimes it takes a little bit longer. So if your goal is monetization and that's what's driving it, that's a different question than, are you making content because you're really passionate about it? Because I will say YouTube, posting consistently, quality videos, it takes time. It takes time, it takes work, it takes energy. So that's just something to keep in mind, depending on what your, routine looks like, if you're working full time or, whatever that situation is. So that would be my advice.
Excellent advice. Let me see. I think I see a comment over here. Ron Foster is here. It says, hello to all of us. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, my good friend Ron, who also has a show on Indie Soup Media. We'll talk about that in just a moment. So let me answer your question as well, since you asked for both of us. And hey, bestie, how are you? So, and Levok. I'm sorry, Levok. How are you? Welcome, Levok, from I think you're in Carmel, California. Welcome. Or Monterey. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so this is the thing. Even if monetization is your goal, this is just my personal thought, money cannot be the only goal. It will fail every time if money is your only why. Because then when the money doesn't come, you're no longer interested in doing it. And audiences are very smart. We can tell when someone actually cares about the content they produce versus someone who's just throwing up rubbish because they're trying to make money. We could tell. And I can understand how you would see you're asking yourself, is this worth the time to do? And as Kel said, yeah, it can be a very long process when we're talking about YouTube. So this is what I always tell people, that number one, YouTube is a great strategy to have. But it does take time to build the audience, etc., especially if you don't already have an audience there or an audience that you can bring over to YouTube that can help you with that, right? So that's one thing I would say, to work on building, and not just an audience, community. Work on building community, because if you build a community, they will follow you wherever. And if you tell them, hey, I'm going to be on YouTube, they will come to YouTube for you. So it's less about building followers and subscribers and more about building a community of people who feel connected to you and your content, right? Because your content is great, but it's also about you as a personality. So that's one thing I would say. Number two, YouTube is fantastic. And I would say, yes, I started I've been on YouTube since 2006, but I haven't been creating content on YouTube since 2006. I think this is only year 4 for me now, actually making a serious effort toward putting stuff on YouTube. And so it's an uphill battle to build, but it is doable. But in that, I would also say, find some place that you also actually own, where you can drive people to as well, whether that is a website, whether that is an app, whatever it is, an email list. Yes, people still use email to connect with your audience there. So that's a wonderful place to gather and to put your content, but make sure that you actually drive your audience also to some place you actually own. This could be a whole show to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. And just kind of to echo what you said, it's really about community. It's really about community, because what happens if, something with YouTube changes and then it goes away? What if something happens, right? The community is important, because they're gonna, like Dr. Tachi said, like follow you wherever, you go, if you take that to a different platform. And that's the crucial thing.
Absolutely. But I would encourage you to just start to try to do it, because I think sometimes so many people are, well, I don't have the right this, or I don't have the right that. You will never have the right this or the right that. Just start where you are, and then respect your audience enough to get better by, upgrading equipment or whatever the case may be. Right. So here we go. We've got some comments. Ron Foster, of course, he says hello, and he says true. Absolutely. And says motivator equals love your community. Yes. Love your community. It's about the community. That's the only reason that we're all here, because somebody is watching us. Otherwise, you're talking to yourself. That's not that fun. You could do that without setting up a camera. Let's see if we have any more comments on Instagram. Dorian Bernard says, thank you. I respect your honesty. Definitely. And this is not to dissuade you from doing it. It's just real. These are things you have to think about. Creed's Classy Bling says, so true. And Creed actually is building her community on Twitch. So it's about finding that platform where you think your community will live. Do a little bit of research. It's my community there. I started, are you on TikTok, Kel?
I'm not on TikTok. I was thinking about it, but now that TikTok's in like a big question mark, I'm holding off until we know more about that before I start a TikTok.
Exactly. Now I have a TikTok, but I'm really not as consistent as I could be. And I also I just wanted to get to the 1,000 so that I could go live, because live streaming is really my thing. So I went live over there a couple of times and I did get a lot of audience, but I'm like, but are these the audience members that I want, right? So it also follows that you have to be there on a platform with people that you think are going to be receptive to your message. And I can already tell, I'm like, no disrespect, but
yeah, that's true. That's true. The demographics, I mean, it plays a big part and you have to know that. That's where the analytics and stuff comes in, which again, different conversation, but yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So there is something before we keep going on. We have a sponsor today. Yay. We've got a sponsor for a giveaway that we're doing. And okay, like the earrings I have on now, I know usually whenever I wear these, somebody says, well, I love these. And I love them too, because they're super light. I can't even tell I have them in. Well, Wanda Siddiqui has so graciously, given me when I say a rack, I literally mean a lot of earrings to give away. So we're going to do a couple of giveaways today. So hopefully you guys are down for that. And I have a couple of other things to give away as well. So, and we'll be back on Friday. So we'll have some more of these. So, but I do want to say some thanks to Wanda Siddiqui of Cultural Findings. And I actually have a little promo for her. Let's see if we can show that. Here we go. So that is Cultural Findings. And she does all sorts of things, not just earrings. She makes bags, she makes shoes, she makes furniture, she makes hats. She is absolutely fantastic. So anything that's leather, wood, metal, she works with. And so definitely you want to check her out. She's on Instagram at Cultural Findings. And so I know a bunch of you have gotten stuff from her before. So I want to say thank you to Wanda for providing us with the stuff. So in a little while, we will do some giveaways. So even if and I have to get some stuff from Mens's as well. So, but even if you are Mens's and you want to give away a gift for the holiday season, this will be perfect. So there we go. So we are speaking with Kel Naylor of the Planner Aisle, and we've been talking a little bit about so far being a YouTuber, talking about planning and that type of thing. So let's talk about this. What would you suggest for people that are looking to get their planning lives together in 2025? Where do you start? Because some of us are in such a mess, a state of a mess, that we don't even know where to start. So say everything is jumbled, where would you start?
Well, there's really two things, but I think the first place to start is going to be, since we're in December, taking a look back at this year and seeing what worked for you, what didn't work for you, the times where you were the most productive, the times where you were the least productive, and write this down. If you journal, review your journal. If you made goals for 2024, review those goals. Did you meet them? Did you get halfway to those goals? Are there any that you changed maybe, right? Revisit the actions of this year and see what worked well, what didn't, and what you would want to change. If you have not made goals for 2025, that is the very first thing that you should be doing right now, whatever that is, right? Whether it's finance related, schedule related, work related, family related, health related, make a goal list for 2025. And you can use the SMART method, right? I'm going to probably butcher this acronym, the specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. Use that method, right, when you're making your goal list. So that way you have a clear starting point with, this is what I want to accomplish for 2025, and this is how I'm going to accomplish it. That's going to be step one. And then from there, it's just creating your system and creating your routine. That gets a little more in depth. We can definitely, talk through that, but it's trying different things out, right? Once you've reviewed your year and you've made your goal list, then it's finding a planning system that works for you, whatever that looks like. It could be completely digital. If you don't, I am a fan. I know Tanya mentioned it in the chat, but I'm a fan of paper and pen. There is something about putting pen to paper that really allows you to memorize stuff, and it sticks so much better with you. So I am a fan. That is why I have a planner. I have my main planner. I have a budget planner. That is what works for me. But I understand that a lot of people don't do that. So if you use a digital planner, that's fine. If you use, your Outlook calendar or your, calendar on your phone, that's fine too. But it needs to be a system that you can stick to, that is practical for your life, not for someone else's, but for you, that you can stick to.
Good deal. So we have some comments. Ron Foster, in terms of our conversation, start where you are. Absolutely. And Tanya says this: the planner community is huge. There are still so many of us that love pens and paper. The number of women-owned small businesses in this community is amazing. Listen, I love pen and paper as well, even though I love a good digital something, and I'm always on my phone putting things in. But I love planners and, notebooks are my thing. I love notebooks and writing them down. Now, do I generate a lot of paper? Yes, but I love notebooks, especially really nice looking ones. I love gel pens because I love the way they write. I still write in cursive, exactly the way I was taught in third grade. So a joy for me to write these things down. And also, fun fact, you're 100% spot on that you commit it to memory when you write it down. That's actually how I studied for my comprehensive exams for my PhD. I wrote it out, and that's what made me pass with distinction. So there's something for me anyway about it for doing that. So let's take some more. Oh, look who is my friend from high school, Damone Chestnut. How the heck are you? And he says, be more earth. That's what I'm talking about. That's right, brother. Really good friend from high school. So good to see you. We have to catch up again soon. Ron Foster says, folks love a great giveaway indeed. Listen, not free. They love free. And I don't blame them because I'm the queen of free. Hey, Derek Tuggle, our boots on the ground, who lives in LA, by the way, and is an actor. He works in the entertainment industry as well. Welcome in. And Ron says, what's up, D-Tug? Absolutely. And Tanya says, absolutely, need to get stuff out of my head and put it on paper. And says, girl, yes. Yes, absolutely. Let's see if we have comments over here on Instagram. El Boogie NYC, hey, has joined us. Welcome. And Bertie Lynn, how are you, my dear? Bertie Lynn says, you will always start off talking to yourself in terms of making content, and then others who relate. Yeah, everybody remembers their first one. Mine, his name is Prime Time, and he still comes in periodically, but he was the first MediaScoper ever 9 years ago, and I remember him. So we all start with one, and Bertie Lynn is going to follow you. And she also said this, that you should start a TikTok anyway, because the best time is when people think it will be gone. So she's saying start anyway. Creed also says this, don't worry about numbers, focus on the community you have and others will come. Absolutely. Great, great, great. And Monty Moss, what's up, Monty? He was on the show with his great partner, Bryant. the year, his great business and show hosting partner, Bryant, just 3 weeks ago. So welcome in, or 4 weeks ago, something like that. One nice girl is here, and Dana, my soror, is here as well. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here, all of you. If you're just joining, this is MediaScope, all things media, tech, and pop culture. I am speaking with Kel Naylor, who is the head of the Planner Aisle. She's also a content creator and professional organizer. So welcome in. All right. So we've got that, and I'm 100% down with you on that. You've told us that it could be digital, the way you keep things together, or it could be pen and paper, right? And what I want to know now is, Tanya mentioned that there's a whole planning community. Can you talk about what that is? I had no clue. Talk about what the planning community is.
The planning community is, I may be biased, but I want to say the best community on all of the interwebs. But no, the planner community, it's a community of people who value organization, planning, and all of the efficiencies that improve how you work day to day. It is full of functional planners like myself. It's full of decorative planners. So that's planners that involve a little more like a crafting styles, where you're, maybe like setting up your planner in a way that functional planning does, but you include more decorative elements and charms and washi tape and stickers and things like that. That's also part of the planner community. There's a digital side, so building digital planners, using digital planners. I'm trying to like apps, planning apps and productivity apps, right? Productivity is one of probably the largest kind of components of that. Is how can I be more productive? What are the tools that I can use to be more productive? And it all kind of aligns together, right? Planning, organization, functionality, practical tools, productivity methods, different techniques that you can use to be more productive, to make your day easier. And then all of the sort of outliners that have bits and pieces of the planner community in there. So the things like that I focus on in my channel, which is finance, budgeting, and wellness, right? Like the planning around those areas of your life. And really, home organization is a huge one, right? As we're all trying to, make space and declutter for the new year. So it's a very large community. It's a very passionate community. And the great thing about it is that there's something for everyone. And I love that. I love that. There'll be people, that pop in from all areas of YouTube, from different niches, that found value in what the planner community offers. And there's a lot of small businesses that are offering products and things, in that community, and a lot of engagement and people who are super, super interested in just bettering, their lives and making things easier. So great community.
All right. Well, that's an education, because I never knew that there was a planner community. Very cool. And so do they also make content on YouTube, and you can find them, like if you're looking for like planning, or if you type that in, will we find other people who do what you do or similar?
Yes, absolutely. So there's so many creators out there, and you can dial down, right? Like if you type in planning, you're going to get a lot of different things, because it's a very broad term. But if you type in planning community, or you type in maybe some like functional planning, that would kind of dial it down to a specific area of the planning community. If you type in, how to build a digital planner, if that's what you're wanting to do, that can kind of dial it down. If you're looking to purchase, like if you do want to try the paper and pen method, and you're looking for a planner, or you're looking for an agenda, or you're trying to figure out, well, I know that I want a paper, agenda, but with all the ones out there, which one do I buy? you can type in, how to choose a planner. You'll get a lot of videos on, well, these are the different planners that you can buy that may be better for your lifestyle, for your work, for your situation. So it's big, but you can definitely, find what you're looking for, just depending on how dialed in you want to get, for sure.
Cool beans. Now, what I want to do is take a look at some of your work. I think because you do two types of videos. You do shorts, YouTube shorts, but you also do longer form videos that are like about half an hour or so long. For you, what have you found to be the most fruitful? And as I bring that up, I'll let you answer that.
Sure. Long form content by far. That is where I'm able, because I have so much information in my head that I need to get out. And a lot of time, I kind of do outlines for my videos. So that way I'm making sure that I'm hitting all of the points that I want to hit. I can say, I don't know how many times that I've said, okay, this video is going to be 10 minutes and it ends up being 30 minutes. It's because when I'm trying to outline and get things out with what I want to say, it gets longer and longer and longer. But those tend to be the videos that do well on my channel, because that's what people are interested in hearing is, the details, the how and the why. And so that's what I enjoy doing the most. It's what performs, the best. And it's what people are the most interested in terms of engagement and comments and things.
Now, this is the one that came up, and it came up because there were so many views. You have 17,000 views on this one. So
yeah.
Here we go.
I hope you're having a positive and productive day. My name is Kel with the Planner Aisle, and today I'm doing a complete planner haul and going through all of the inserts, planners, and accessories I'm using for 2025. I've been waiting so long for everything to come in. I had several custom inserts, so shipping did take a little longer, but all of my orders are finally here. I will be doing a deep dive detailing how and why I'm using everything in my planner setup videos coming in a few weeks, but today I just wanted to do an overview of what I purchased for my planner system for next year and how it fits into my routine. Before we hop in, I do want to give a quick shout out to Kalani for requesting this video. She wanted to know what inserts I'm using for the new year, and I'll definitely walk through those I'm using for all of my planners in this video. As always, I'll include links to as many items as I can in the description, and make sure to leave me a comment with any questions or topics you'd like for me to include in my next video. Without further ado, let's hop in. So starting with planners first, this year I started the year with my...
Okay, so I'm going to stop that there because I want you to tell us how you did this. Now, what I've seen of your channel, which is a type of channel that you can do, I think sometimes people are afraid of being shown and don't want to be shown. So this is like a faceless, basically, YouTube channel per se. You may do some, but most of what I've seen has been faceless. So talk to us about why you do it faceless and how you put together that specific video.
Yeah, for sure. So I do most of my videos faceless because my content is not focused on me. What I am showing and the core of what I'm talking about is the setup. So it's my planners and whatever accessories or, inserts or content that I'm using it's not me. So because that is the focus of my video, if I'm just talking about planning, well, that's not really showing. I want people to watch and be able to physically take information away and not just hear it, but hear me say it and see me talking about it. It's just I just feel like it lands better with people. So that's why I do mostly faceless. I think I have a couple videos where I'm talking about some other things where I am on camera. But this video in particular was kind of in the works for a while, because I start planning for 2025 in terms of what I'm going to have in my main agenda and my supplemental planners in July. That's when I start planning. I start thinking about the setup of my agenda, what's going to work, what's working well so far, and what's not working well. And then I start making my purchases. This year, buying things for 2025, I had a special order quite a lot of things, which you heard me say in the video, because there wasn't anything that was already made that fit the system that I want to implement for 2025. And I say that because 2025 is likely going to be a pretty challenging year. And so there's a lot of specific things that I wanted to have ready to go in my agenda come January 1st. And so I really just kind of lay it out whenever I'm doing an introduction to the video. I lay out what I'm going to talk about, so that way as soon as you turn on the video, you know exactly what it's going to be about. I try and do a very short intro talking about what the video is going to be about, so that way it's not of interest to you, you can click off and watch something else. But I think that it gets straight to the point. It shows you what I'm talking about, and then from there, you just watch and learn and ask questions, and we have conversations in the comments. I talk about this in my videos a lot, but I'm so appreciative of my audience, because they are so engaged and they have such great conversation in the comments, and they DM me and they email me, and I'm able to help. And I've gotten a lot of great tips and insight from my audience as well. And it's just a really, really great community.
It seems like a fantastic community, and we actually have some comments on Instagram. Hey, Miss Elise is here, and Fabe. So the intro that you heard at the beginning of the show, Fabe is the one who wrote that for me.
Oh,
so, yes. So if you heard the MediaScope stuff, he wrote, and he is bomb. I could put stuff up on the screen right now and he would just start flowing. He would just start rapping. He is absolutely amazing. So Fabe Luciano, what's up? How are you? And That's awesome. Says, I'm about to join the planner community. Listen, I'm right behind you. Okay.
We welcome you. The more the merrier.
And he says, I need regiment in my life again. Aren't you military though? So see, even military people need your services. And Tanya says, we start buying for the upcoming year in July. So it's not a joke. Wow. Yes. Ron Foster is loving your the content. And let's see what's happening over on Instagram. And by the way, for those of you asking what her YouTube is, it's The Planner Aisle, correct?
Yes. Yep. The Planner Aisle.
YouTube.com/@ The Planner Aisle. That's how you can find her. Make sure you spell aisle right, not like island. Like
A-I-L-E.
Yes, exactly. And Fabe just subscribed to you. So thank you for that, Fabe.
Thank you.
Yes. And one nice girl says, thank you. By the way, if you're wondering who that Tatiana is, that's me. I cannot be on Instagram and go into my Instagram. I had to use another account. So that's the account that's just because. So Tatiana is me. So absolutely. Thank you all so much for being. Oh, and also the real Ladybird is here. My sister, how are you? Good to see you. She is also in California. How are you? DJ SK is here. What's up, DJ SK? Cadillac has joined. Welcome. Thank you all so much for being here. And let's see, did I get everyone? Ron Foster says, I need Fabe in my life. You do. If you listen, if Fabe, let people know if you are still writing songs, jingles and stuff, because there's probably a bunch of people who want this for their, he's fab. He's Fabe, but he's also fab. So I'm never getting rid of that MediaScope song because he wrote it for me. He is amazing. So, DiCarpio, hey, how are you? She is here. So, thank you so much for being here. Wow. Okay. So, we have about 8 minutes left because I want to respect your time, my dear. Because if I ask you to come back, they'll be like, no. So, before we before we go on, I would like to set up this giveaway. So yeah, Ron Foster says I need an intro. Yeah, so Fabe is definitely a good one for that. So, and he works with you on what you want, that type of thing. And yeah, love Fabe. Okay, and people are loving your content, by the way. And so, thank you so much for telling us how you achieved that. Because I'm actually, I mean, let me get myself together first. But I'm actually thinking about starting another like faceless channel for some stuff. So. Seeing yours was like, made my ears perk up like a cat. Your cat. So so here we go. We're going to do some giveaway. I'm going to set this up, but I'm going to give you something to talk about as I am setting this up. What are your goals for 2025 and how is planning going to come into play there?
Ooh, well, I will kind of give you my high level because I have a lot of goals for 2025 in a lot of different areas. I will say my very first goal is around self-care, taking better care of myself, prioritizing self-care. I tell my team like this all the time, but like take the PTO, I'm going to start, like taking time off, taking more walks, eating better, and just being nicer to myself, and taking better care of me and my body, physically and mentally. And planning comes into that because I have a wellness planner. I have an entire bullet journal that is all about wellness, where I track, what I eat. I have like it's like a graph grid where I track my mood, I track my water intake, I track my like how I'm feeling for the day, like symptom wise, medication, blood pressure, weight. I mean, it's a whole comprehensive thing. I'm not going to go into it all here, but that is one thing that I am really going to prioritize for 2025 is self-care. My other goal is around my channel, and this is not necessarily 2025, but it's something that I'm working towards. I do want to do this, if not part-time, then full-time, or if not full-time, then part-time. I don't know how soon that can happen, but I really love what I do. I wish I could do it all day, every day. And so I have a lot of smaller kind of milestones that I'm working on that will hopefully lead me to be able to do that. And so I can make more content and push out more content for all of you guys and all of the planner community and the newbies to the planner community who are just joining, and really anybody who wants to, have a better organized life.
Speak it into existence. It will happen. I think we've all been in places where it's like, the moment I get out of here when, it's time to XYZ. So planning is actually part of that exit, right? That exodus, that exit strategy. So once again, today we are joined by Kel Naylor, who is from The Planner Isle. That's her company. And she is also a content creator predominantly on YouTube. So make sure you are following her on YouTube. She is at The Planner Isle. I'll probably make a little thing. This is her, here we go. This is her website. So theplannerisle.com. You can visit her over there. I showed you some of her website before, and I'll put up her socials after. But we're ready for the giveaway, folks. Wait a minute. Do you have planners of your own, or is that something you're planning to do?
You mean like planners that I've like made?
That
like myself?
Sell?
Yes. I don't have planners that I sell. I do have inserts and dashboards and the guts of the planners. I don't sell them, but I do have them as free downloads and freebies. And digital planners that are coming soon as well. So yes, that's all nice. On the way. website, I have an entire resource library. I have a budget bundle. So if you're looking to budget, I also have that as a freebie on my website. So just check that out if you're
So
interested.
go to her website. I mean, what are you people waiting for? Go to her website. You should be doing that now. And in fact, may I add, I don't know why you are not selling planners, but that may be something you want to get into, especially if you have an aesthetic eye for people who like journals and planners. And so, listen, because and I would definitely buy it from you because I'm very upset. And I tell this story all the time, and I know they're tired of it. I don't care. I paid $25 for something that I thought was going to be like a notebook, right? From someone. It's a popular person, so I'm not going to say who it is. But I thought it was going to come with some words of wisdom, something in there because I like notebooks. Nothing, not even lines. This thing was like a sketchbook that I had, and I was so annoyed. So for people like me who do like a good product, and that was $25 down the drain. Now I know you could come up with something good, and I would buy it. So.
Well, look, I said I had milestones for 2025. That may or may not be a 2025 milestone.
May or may not. Okay, well, we will watch out, and we're hoping it's a May. And G is here, and she says self-care is high on the list every year. Fantastic. Absolutely. And Tanya Lovelace says planner, consultant, or coach. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. All right. So folks, if you are, so we have to do it two ways again, because we have Instagram, which is not part of this whole thing, which is why I can't put your comments on the screen, and we have everybody else. So for those of you on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, LinkedIn, this is what you're going to do. You're going to put hashtag planning, 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 hashtag planning. Put that in the chat because that is how it's going to the wheel will spin. So you have to have that word. So put hashtag planning in the chat, please. G says also, it's always up. I'm always up to pay for good quality planners. You see? Do you see what I'm saying? MediaScope people will support you. If you are on Instagram and you want to enter the giveaway, I want you to think of a number between 1 and 25 for 2025. So a number between 1 and 25. The person who gets it on the money or closest will get the giveaway. Okay? So there are two giveaways, and I'm going to get some more stuff that is men's appropriate, men's appropriate for men for Friday as well. So we'll do some more giveaways on Friday. So if you are on Instagram, a number between 1 and 25, whoever gets closest will get the closest or on the money will get the giveaway between 1 and 25. If you are on all the rest of them, Festivus for the rest of us, you're going to put in, no, Ron. Okay, see, don't put in the number over here, Ron. Okay, planning. If you're on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitch, you are going to write hashtag planning, okay? Hashtag planning. So get it in so that we can give it away. So I'm going to tell you what you guys are going to get because we're at 7:01 and we want to respect time. Let's see. Instagram, are you playing? Hey, Johnny Ray, how are you? Divine Right is over here on the food with the food truck on Instagram. One nice girl. Hey. All right. So we've got some numbers. Instagram, are you playing? I'm giving away something free now. So we've got 2 people. We've got 3 people between 1 and 25. Whoever gets on or close will, without going over, like on The Price is Right, will get this giveaway. Okay, let's see. Do we have? Okay, I think let's go ahead. I got the planners, the planning planners here. So we are going to do everybody except Instagram, and then we will do Instagram. So let me tell you what you're getting. You are going to get 4 pairs of earrings, and you are also going to get Carnival from Brown Girl Jane. Okay. And this is good. This is good. So for those of you that like fragrance, and we're trying to support small businesses who are on the side of right, and small people of color owned businesses as well, right? So if you're a small business and you're on the side of right, you know what I'm trying to say. Or you are a business of color, we are trying to support that. So these are today, they happen to be all Black owned. So Brown Girl Jane, you get this, and this is a good size. To me, this is bigger than a travel size. So it's a good size, and this is their newest fragrance. And you also get, listen, Wanda Siddiqui has some amazing earrings. So you're going to get these. You're going to get these. I'll take them out and show you. These are leather. There's some wood ones. There's a lot of different ones. So you're getting 4 different pairs of earrings plus that. Let's go. First, I'm going to share the screen, and we are going to go ahead and start with the everybody except Instagram. So hang tight, Instagram. I'm coming to you next. I wish they could be incorporated in this, but you can't. Talk to Instagram. So let's share screen. Let's go to the giveaway tool, and we are going to share. All right. So I'm collecting. We've got some entries. So these are the people that chose to enter. And let's go. Ho! I don't know why I said ho, but here we go. And it is Arlicia May! Yay! Congratulations, Arlicia. Yay! You are the winner of our giveaway. So get at me in the back channel. Why am I saying back channel? DMs, and give me your information where you want me to send it, and I will send it. You get 4 pairs of earrings from Wanda Siddiqui at Cultural Findings, and you get Brown Girl Jane Carnival. That's a carnival if you ask me. Absolutely. So make sure you put that in. So now let's go to Instagram and see who got close or who is on the money. Let's see. Oh, Divine Right is over here because YouTube is not being friendly. We do have a food truck, and we have some beverages, hot and cold, chai, honey ginger tea, and hot chocolate with Bailey's. Excuse me. And it's also Taco Wednesday. Remember, we're never here on Tuesdays, always here on Wednesdays. So go ahead and grab a taco from the food truck. By the way, Kel, we have a food truck. It's imaginary, but it's very real to us. So play along. Okay. Denise, how are you? Wonderful. How are you, Michelangelo? I'm fantastic. Let's see. I'm looking for the numbers. Okay. I think. Okay. So we have a tie. So there needs to be a runoff. Divine Right and Deidre Artist both guessed 13. The number was 16. So they're the closest, but now we need to have a runoff between the two of you. So I'm going to give you now something else. I need you to give me a number, both Divine Right and Deidre Artist only. Give me a number between between 25 and 37. 25 and 37. There's a runoff. DJ McFord, how are you? By the way, ladies and gentlemen, as we are doing this, we have a McFord is coming on tomorrow. So for Indie Soup Media, DJ McFord is going to be coming on. He is our resident DJ for Indie Soup Media. Okay, Deidre Artist is at 32. So remember, between 25 and 37, Divine Right, we're just waiting for you. Between 25 and 37. Oh, look who it is. Deidre, you have gotten it. Because the number was 28. So you're the closest. You both went over, but it's fine. You are the closest. So congratulations, Deidre Artist. You get Brown Girl Jane Carnival, and you're getting 4 pairs of earrings. Go ahead and DM me and let me know where you would like me to send those, and I'll send these things out to you guys tomorrow. Yeah, I need my sound effects. Okay, next year I'm going to be better with remembering to have my sound effects. So I'll have everything there. So Woohoo! That's the sound effect for today. And for love of MEC, welcome. How are you? Welcome. Congratulations to all of the winners. Let me see. Ron Foster is clapping. G.R. Houston Jack says, woohoo. Oh my gosh, says Derek. And Arlisia May says, thank you. Absolutely. Absolutely. You are so welcome. But we'll do another giveaway on Friday. So if you did not win today, we have a guest on Friday. Yeah, I'm coming on 6 o'clock Friday to do another MediaScope. That will for real be the last MediaScope of the year. And yeah, that should be fun. So we'll do some more giveaways then. I think that is what I have for you with this. Do you have any last things that you want to say to the audience in terms of planning, getting organized for 2025, content creation? We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, the one thing that I will say, because somebody asked me this in the comments and they said if there was one planning related purchase that they could make for the new year, what would that be? Like, they're on a tight budget, what would that be? And I just want to say a journal. 100% get yourself a journal for the new year and write in it as much as possible. Even if, you have a month where every single day it was perfect, write in it. It's the best way to release stress and to get your thoughts and ideas out and to help getting your thoughts on paper really helps you be able to like think clearer and accomplish tasks quicker, more efficiently, and it's going to ultimately help you meet whatever goals that you have for 2025. So definitely buy a journal. It can be just a little notebook. You can get a pack of 5 on them, like 5 little notebooks on Amazon for $10. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but get yourself a journal, write in it as much as you can, commit if you can to writing into it at least once a day. Keep it on your nightstand, write in it before you go to sleep, and it will really change your life. I promise you. So do that. Take care of yourself for 2025, and focus on self-care. Yeah, that's my advice. I would love for you guys to get a planner if that's what you want to do. That's my advice. Obviously, that's what I think will work best. So if you have any questions, other questions about planning or organizing, or the types of planners, or you want to get into functional planning, whatever that is, I'm happy to answer it. Any questions that you have. So just reach out.
Wonderful. And it was wonderful to have you here. I'm so thankful that you said yes to my call and you came on and shared all of your phenomenal knowledge with the audience. This was great. Now, I'm going to tell you, I've already failed your first assignment, journaling, because that's why I would do, if they required a journal in college for something we were doing, the night before it was due, I was sitting and writing, because I'm not a journaler naturally. But maybe something to do. Maybe if I have a prompt, like I'm good with a prompt and writing out, that I will do. I used to be in a writing group that does that. So
okay. Tell Siri to remind you before you go to sleep at night, the same time every night, and just make yourself do it.
Okay.
But yeah, but no, thank you for having me on. Thank you for inviting me. It's an honor to be, on the show. I've binge watched a lot of your content, and you have such great stuff. So thank you for having me on.
Thank you for being here, and thank all of you for hanging out with us and watching. I hope that this was very helpful for you to start to get yourself on track for 2025. We have Shay Cannon, who's going to come on Friday and talking about getting yourself together for 2025 as well, but she's doing it from an expat perspective, because she's an expat. She lives in Mexico, but she will be heading to Asia as well. So she's going to be talking a little bit about that and getting yourself together in terms of your CEO and entrepreneurial life. So we have that. I'm trying to help you get together for next year. So that is about it, friends. Thank you so much. I'm going to respect your time. We're 12 minutes over. Thank you so much for, humoring us. And I'm going to end the way I always end. I love you for watching. I bid you adieu. You guys, myself, Kel, and all this great planning information, we are going to exit stage left. Until next week, my friends, and stay on for a minute, Kel, okay?
Sure.
Until next week, cheers.
Close the doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media is our repertoire. Fed up with the same news, no channel to use. Cruise control mentalities. Here we offer you. We gon' show you on your way. The content it never stays, but positive and uplifting. Once a week the scope gifted. Let's hear from fake hydration like Boucher. Don't focus on a date. We always here for you. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversation.